Yeah, good evening. My name is Joshua Abe. How are you doing over there? Today is January 13th, 2021, and by God's grace, I want to comment on one of the past message of Brother Eliseo on this platform, the one that said charity means love. And when we look at the scripture very well, we see that when we talk about faith, love, and what's this third one? We see that love is the greatest, and when we say charity, in some Bible versions, charity is used, and when we look at it very well, we see that charity and love, it means the same thing. So when we talk about love, we talk about charity. In this series of teaching, Brother Eliseo was trying to let us know that in the Old Testament we have laws. You have 10 commandments for the Israelites. But when in the New Testament, when all this law, I think the law have been summarized to be two. And even the two says, love your God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. We see that these two laws is just talking about one thing, that is love. So the only law that we have, the only law that God is giving us is to love. So you cannot see how hard it is for people to love. If it's not hard, then it won't be a law. There won't be a reason why it should be a law. Then anybody can just love. Even in marriage, we see that what they call love there is most of the time deceit. And even that's not the kind of love that God is telling us to have. He said in the Bible tells us that we should love our neighbor, we should love our enemy, we should pray for them. You see, that kind of love is not the kind of love that exists between couples, or it is a kind of love that asks nothing in return. When you love your enemies, some people that have done you harm, people that have harmed you in one way or the other, you still show love to them. You see that in situations like that, what are we saying? What we're saying is that it is a kind of a great love. That kind of love is great, and so we should try to learn to exercise love. It is the best way by which we can. When you look at the life of Christ, very well, we see that he demonstrated love a lot. And people will get to that of Jesus. When you look at God himself, you see that in the book of John 3:16, it is there that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish. And the book of Romans, I think Romans 5, that he first loved us, even when we are sinners. Jesus loved us and died for us. You see that it is love that made Jesus to come. It is love that made God to release his son. It is love that made Jesus to die for us. And so we ourselves, we should exercise love. We should show love to men, to neighbors, to other religious worshippers, to our enemies, and all people.